Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. We had two good games today again, but this IPL, man, is just bringing surprises every time we expect something. It's just completely opposite. Today, the big guns in Mumbai and RCB fell short to the number 7 and number 8 team in Rajasthan and CSK. Of course, we will be reviewing the game between Chennai Super Kings and RCB. Royal Challengers Bangalore, and then we'll talk about Mumbai and Rajasthan as well. But of course, we have with me Musti and me just going to try to dive into the analysis of this game. Man, the IPL, Musti, is just something else. Like, I mean, on their day, anyone is just so powerful in this team. It's just eight very very good teams just competing against each other, and it's not over till the playoffs are over next Tuesday. Your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely, it's not over. I wish this happened a couple of games earlier because it would have
Yeah,
been even closer.
yeah,
But it's still, like you said, it's still all to play for. But you sense that the top three are still safe. But if this
yeah,
happened a couple of games before, they
yeah.
could have also been brought into the mix for the playoff race.
Yep.
But at the same time, like you said, Chennai have been poor this whole tournament. RCB in crazy form, like we said yesterday. The tables have turned, but then they just showed up and a convincing win. It wasn't like it was a close game; it was a convincing win. So
Yeah.
that it shows that every team has the potential to win on the day. It's just about coming out and performing, and the teams who are doing it more consistently are winning. But at the end of the day, this is a close tournament. There are players in each team who can win you a game. Chennai, we've been talking about dad's army. Today a youngster showed up. He failed, I think, throughout the
The game
season.
before, yeah.
Like a few games he played, I think, right?
Yeah.
One game he got run out also.
Yep.
Failed a few games, but I think now that because they backed him, they kept backing him, they kept showing faith. I think that pressure eased off as well,
Hmm.
because it wasn't a must-win game. They're kind of out of the tournament,
Yeah.
so he showed what he can do, and it's good for him. It's good for CSK. At least they have a future. They can build around at the likes of him and Sam Curran and
Yeah.
Gaikwad. Yeah, it was fantastic. A really good innings, and Chennai deserved that win, convincing win against RCB.
Yep, absolutely. And mathematically, no one's out of this tournament. But yes, of course, the likes of Sunrisers, Rajasthan, and Chennai will find it a lot harder because they have to depend on a lot of other things to go their way, and usually that ends up in not necessarily happening because it's just too tight for them to kind of make this. So I still think that Rajasthan, Chennai, and Hyderabad uh, are almost out. I think it's
Yeah, because
tomorrow's
out of
game
them
will.
only one can come through, right? So that's
Yeah,
why, like,
yeah.
if it
I
was
think
Bangalore and Mumbai also in contention, then it could have been more open. But I
yeah.
think because there's only one spot available, yeah, I think three of them will probably go home.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think that's what it is. But like you said, it would have been nicer if this happened like maybe in the middle of last week. It would have been just really intense towards this. But I mean, it is still a great tournament. It's been such beautiful cricket. Even today, we saw some very very good cricket. Diving into uh, Chennai, like you said, I mean, very very solid, dominant performance today, and this is what we come to expect from them. The likes of Ruturaj Gaikwad playing an absolutely incredible innings. Sam Curran with the ball and Faf and Ambati kind of just helping the youngster just jump in and just some sure shots like excellent timing and everything was looking very good for them. And even with the bowling, they looked like a completely better team overall. Like Sam Curran, of course, with the wickets, but even then, he was supported well by the likes of Chahar, who bowled well, or and the others as well. So good complete performance, and they'll take a lot of confidence in with this game, Chennai. And on the other hand, Bangalore, like Delhi yesterday, kind of just looked ordinary today, just like an off day for them.
Yeah, an off day. At one stage, I felt like, oh, here we go again. Kohli and AB at the crease,
Yeah.
a 200 score. But just when they were settling in, they were about to push the pedal and they both got out. And after that, yeah, it went kind of downhill for them. They brought in Moin Ali. I think that was a good move for Udana because he
Yeah.
provides something with the bat. But today he failed. I think it's good that they're playing him. At least he can get into rhythm before the playoffs. And if
Yep.
he does click, I think he'll be a sensational player for them.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that was a good call. But yes, their batting didn't get going. Finchy again, man. I mean, I love the guy, but yeah, he's just not clicking. I think he's trying too many different things. He's shuffling. He's trying to get down the track. He just needs to back his instincts. There is a weakness there,
Yeah.
that in swinging ball, but he needs to try to get that out of the mind. I think it's more of a mindset thing. Just back his instincts. He's the same guy who's hit like 150, 160 in a T20 game against England. Like, so he has the talent. He needs to back his strengths. And yes, their bowling had an off day.
Yeah.
I felt they could have taken the game a bit closer, but yes, it wasn't the most convincing effort with the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, Chennai, I think one main thing is they held on to their catches. I think that helped them a lot today. They,
True, true.
if you drop like someone like AB or like a Kohli, then they'll punish you. So I think
Yeah.
that helped them quite a bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think, like you said, just an off day. I mean, it's one of those games, and Harsha Bogle tweeted as well. It's like it's good that one of these off games is happened earlier before the
Exactly.
playoffs, and now they'll be hungrier and they'll look to kind of just go ahead and do the business. I just feel like that addition of Moin Ali. You've been mentioning it for a long time, and I have also been backing that analogy of having Moin Ali because he's a complete wide ball player. Like he's a good fielder, he's a good batsman, good bowler. He brings in the 3D aspect with pun
Yeah.
intended over there. But so, but yeah, I mean, good performance from Chennai. Slightly poor from Bangalore, but nothing to worry about per se. I think they, like they said, just put this loss behind them and just move on to the next game. But your player of the game?
I mean, Gaikwad was brilliant, absolutely amazing. Like, I think his timing was fantastic. He
Yeah,
showed that he has potential. But I would go with Sam Curran, man, because he's been so consistent. And
yeah,
today, he picked up 3 wickets. Those 3 wickets allowed them to restrict RCB under 150. So it has to be Sam Curran. He's been a star player. I think one of the best players in the tournament so far,
yep,
and very highly underrated. No one thought he was going to perform like this, and he's really, for a player like that who doesn't have much pace with the ball, and he's a small guy, you don't expect him to hit big hits. He's just like taking the tournament by storm. So,
yep.
and credit to Dhoni, I think he's utilized him well. So I'd go with Sam Curran for my man of the match.
I think we both have a soft spot for the bowlers. When the bowlers perform, we usually tend to give it to them more because I think it's just a cruel game and it's more of a batsman's game. So like when a bowler steps up, it's always nice
Yeah,
to,
and he made
uh,
the batsman's job easier today in
yeah,
particular, I feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. I think Sam Curran gets it for me as well. Even though Gaikwad is very good, I just
Yeah,
feel like
nothing
Sam
to take
Curran.
away from
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
absolutely. So I think that wraps up game one. Moving into the game two, which was also a relative surprise with Rajasthan Royals versus Mumbai Indians. And Mumbai Indians started off a little bit poorly, not necessarily poorly, but like, I mean, they lost an early wicket and Yadav and Kishan tried to stabilize innings. And then Archer pulls one off, like an absolutely incredible catch to get Kishan out. And then after that, you think that they might struggle to hit that 180 mark, and then man, Hardik Pandya steps up. What a player he is! And they bring it at 195, which is a very very solid score. And then you think that, you know what, okay, this is probably out of Rajasthan's hand now. And then Ben Stokes, Big Ben, what a guy, what a player. We've always known he's had the talent, and I still agree. I still think that he still has to go in at number five. Josh Butler still needs to open the innings, but today he was sensational. And what was also very heartwarming for Rajasthan and their fans would be the fact that Sanju Samson again came stepped up as well. So an incredible chase by them, and they did it with like ease, with like sumptuous shots, with beautiful timing, and just absolutely good cricket. I mean, throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's two things which stood out. When I saw Bombay batting, when Hardik Pandya came and hit that, I'm like, man, this team is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah,
it should have been a 160, 170 score, and he came and smashed it, hit 4 sixes. Brilliant. I felt bad for Archer again. Like, he bowled well
yeah,
and just didn't get the support. And I thought, same old story for Rajasthan. But I said this yesterday, I think I said it, that Rajasthan have match winners, and
yeah.
you asked me which player to watch out for. I
And
said
you
Ben
said Big
Stokes
Ben. Yep.
because I'm like, he is a match winner, right? Like,
Yeah,
and today he proved that. I didn't know exact. I didn't know he's going to score 100 today. But
yeah,
if they wanted to get over the line, there's one man who can do it, and that's why I feel this Rajasthan team should not be where they are. Like, they
yeah,
have
yeah.
unbelievable players.
Absolutely.
This nobody has done this to this Mumbai attack. I think,
Yeah.
like, decimate them like this, like, while they have 190 on the board,
Yep.
and was comfortable chase in the end. So that shows this Rajasthan team has unbelievable players. Ben Stokes is the best T20 one day test. Like, he's the best cricketer right now, I feel, because
I think
in
so.
all departments, unbelievable. Today he took 2 catches. Yes, he's not in bowling form, but with the bat, he showed that. Look, he couldn't connect in the last game. I think it
Yeah.
was against Sunrisers. He couldn't connect even one ball. He made 30, didn't connect. But when it's his day, players like these are very mentally strong.
Yeah.
So, you always have to back them. Very credit to Rajasthan for backing him. They could have easily dropped him or somebody else, like because if the foreigners are not performing. But credit to them for backing him. He's a high quality player, and he showed that he's a match winner.
Yeah. I still think he should bat at number five. but that's not for me to say. But I still think
Yeah,
he should
like
bat.
I mean, there's not. No, I think you're right because you're. I mean, you have a point, but after this innings, I don't think he will bat at
Of course,
number
he
five.
won't. Yes, I
But
think
yes,
I'm pretty
but
sure
I
he won't.
think, you have a point because in the middle overs he can do what he did, like clearing that Abu Dhabi ground in the middle overs is not easy, and he did that today with ease. So I think. Someone like Butler can utilize the power play better as well. So I agree with you. I agree with you, but it's just
Yeah,
that now I really can't say much. I think like
yeah,
after this innings, I don't think they're gonna move him.
yeah. I think so too. I think they have 2 games left. I think they're pretty much done and dusted in terms of having him play at the top and probably Butter in the middle.
To be honest
But
with you, after Sunrisers, I really want this team to be in the playoffs because of what I saw today. Like
yeah,
as overall team, there's 100 weaknesses, and
yeah.
same thing with Sunrisers. But they have 2 3 players when they get going, it's a pleasure treat to watch, man.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, Rajasthan's been great. They've absolutely today was an absolutely incredible game, but absolute beautiful performance. But just for the sake of tournament, if Punjab can sneak that fourth position, it'd just be nice, just like a never give up attitude by youngsters. And we've talked about these guys, I mean, there's yes, they don't have like a stalwart like a Warner, or I mean, they have a Gale, but they don't have like a captain material. KL Rahul's captaining for the first time, and they just bring that team to a playoff spot. Would
I think
would
that
would be
was
nice.
the issue. Now I
Yeah,
think he's getting accustomed to that role, and
and he's maturing very
he's
quickly.
maturing quickly. He's learning from
Yeah,
his mistakes. So I
yeah,
think that's kudos to him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just for me that they're my favorite players because they're the greatest T20 players right now. I feel the Butler, Stokes,
Stokes. Yeah,
and Archer as well.
yeah,
So I think they're the best right now. So it would be nice to see them in the playoffs. But nothing to take from Punjab, man. They're like
yeah,
killing it as well. Like
yeah.
they have some crazy players. Nicholas Pura and Chris Gale get going. That's going to be fireworks.
Yep, it's gonna be fun to see. I mean, but yeah, coming back to the game, I think, I mean, for Mumbai, I think again, like just an off day. I mean, their bowlers have been very, very good this season. They, similar to Bangalore. I mean, they'll just take this game with a pinch of salt, and then just kind of put it behind them, move on. They're still there and thereabout in terms of making top two. So I don't think they'll be too worried by this performance.
But for Mumbai, I think there's two things. There's one big positive and one big negative. I think the positive is that without Rohit Sharma, they're putting 190 on the board. I
Yeah,
think that's a huge thing that shows the firepower they have in their batting. The
yeah,
negative is that they have such an outstanding bowling lineup and they conceded 190 that won't do their confidence any good going into the
yeah,
playoffs because now teams will also get that thing that, oh man, we can score against these guys.
yeah.
Yes, it
No,
was
I agree.
someone sensational like Stokes who did it, but I think, that will hit their confidence a bit.
Yeah, but I think these guys are all champions. I think especially Bumrah, Bolt, Pattinson. I think these guys will come back strong, like mentally strong people. I think they'll just put it behind
Fair
them.
enough.
You've seen Bumrah struggle for the first couple of games in the season, and then comes back as a complete champion. So I think
Fair
that
enough.
yeah, I think that they'd in my opinion, I think they'd be okay. So
Fair
I
enough.
think only one person to for the player of the match.
Yeah, Ben Stokes, and a shout out to Samson.
Yeah,
Finally, man,
yeah,
like you saw today when he plays, is just like unbelievable to watch, but he just doesn't have consistency. Like
yeah.
he was matching Stokes shot for shot. I think his strike rate was also similar. So he
Some of the
has.
sixes, man, straight down the ground, just so beautiful to watch. It's
If
just, I
he
mean, we
if he
saw
can
some.
have. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
good,
Yeah.
good,
No, no,
good,
no.
good.
Go for it. Go for it.
I said so we just saw some sublime hitting today. Like in terms of started off
Unbelievable.
with Hardik Pandya. I mean, he's such a talent. I mean, he's just so good when he gets going. You saw that with Samson. You saw that with Stokes today as well. Like, I mean, it was just so nice to see some very, very uh, like very, very good batting. Like it's like, not, they didn't look like they were trying too hard. It was just elegant batting and pure timing and just whacking them out the park. It was
Yeah.
beautiful to see.
Yeah. No, I was just saying that if he gets like 20% of Ben Stokes' mental strength, he'll be a next
Yeah,
level player, man. I
yeah.
think because he has the quality we saw today.
Absolutely, absolutely. And maybe it'll be interesting to see if he learns from the likes of Ben Stokes and stuff like that,
Yeah, of course.
and
Yeah.
maybe use that to his advantage. And if he can, I think he'll definitely go a long way. Still some time left in his career. He's only in his 20s. I think he has a lot of time left. So I think he should really make the most of the next 4 or 5 years if he wants to be consistent. It'll be nice to see that.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, that wraps up the games today. a very, very interesting game tomorrow in terms of the playoff
The
qualification.
biggest game, I feel.
I think so too. I think it's like almost a playoff. I mean, with Punjab and Kolkata against each other, 4 versus 5 tomorrow. Both of them coming off of victories that they'll be very proud of. Kolkata really dominating Delhi and really showing that they are a very, very good side. And Punjab snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Like, I mean, they just pulled it away from Sunrisers and went through and just won that game so well. So that kind of gives them confidence as well. These pitches helping them. I think tomorrow is going to be the day when it kind of the decider kind of in terms of how they can really go and win 5 in a row. That would be beautiful after losing 5 in a row almost. I think they lost their first. They lost one. They won one in the first seven, and then now they've gone on in the next four. So it's just beautiful. It's going to be so much fun to see this game. I almost a playoffs, but it'll be fun to see what happens.
Yeah, right now it looks like nothing is stopping them. Like
Yeah,
yesterday, it was actually, if you look at hindsight, it was a poor performance by them.
yeah,
I think Sunrisers hit themselves in the foot, but
yeah,
at the same time, they'll get so much confidence out of that. When you can pull a rabbit out of the hat like that, 20 of 18 balls and win the game, it'll give their bowlers a lot of confidence. There's a lot of weaknesses in that bowling lineup, but I think
yeah,
that kind of win will give them so much confidence. And their batters, yes, they had an off day, but you know their ability, right? Rahul has had the season to remember. Agarwal has
yeah.
played well. Gale and Puran have played some sublime innings. So I think
Yep.
their batting is not an issue. Maxwell is slowly getting into form. So batting is not an issue, but the bowlers will now get that confidence. And now I think they're in that invincible kind of mode,
Yeah.
Punjab. So I would just see them favorites. Calcutta, I think, have played brilliantly in the last game, but they're a team, they win one, they lose one. They win one, they lose one. So it depends which KKR shows up. If, the likes of Narayan can step up again, if the likes of Morgan can step up, Cummins and Ferguson, it's not going to be easy to hit
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So if they step up and play as a unit, KKR are a stronger team overall for me. But the momentum is a thing, and I
Yep.
think Punjab has the momentum.
Yep. I agree with you 100%. Players to watch out.
So from Punjab, I will go with. I know. I think you're gonna say Maxwell,
Yeah.
but you're the one who put his thing in my brain. But I would go with Punjab. Let's see. You go first, man. Let me just think
Yeah.
about.
For me, it's simple, man. Maxwell, for Punjab, I mean, I still think that he's due a big one, and I think that it's going to happen tomorrow. I could be completely wrong. I just feel like it's going to happen tomorrow. And for me, in the bowling, I want to see Cummins kind of repeat his performance of last game. It's a long time coming. It took him a while to get there, and finally he showed his class in the last game. I want to see if he can continue it. So for me, these two guys.
Yeah, I'll go with Narayan for
Yeah.
KKR because he batted well in the last game in the middle
Yep.
order. If he can get runs and get wickets, it'll be a superb thing for KKR. And for Punjab, I'd go with Ravi Bishnoi. I think he was
Mm,
fantastic
mm.
yesterday. He bowled brilliantly, and with the pitches slowing down, he'll play a crucial role
Yeah.
against a KKR side like Morgan and what do you call it, Narayan will try to attack him because with the spin.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how he bowls against them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a fair point. I think that kind of wraps it up. I'm also going with Punjab to win it tomorrow. It's just like the momentum's on their favor, in their favor. So I think it's just going to be, it's just going to be a good game. Hopefully, it's going to be a tight game. No one really goes with it's.
It's
I
a
hopefully it's
Punjab
not a
game.
one time.
It'll go till the end.
Yeah, that's very true. It will go till the end, and that's
Yeah.
going to be fun
I
stuff.
really want to see Morgan get into gear. We saw Stokes today. Now
Yeah,
I think it's time for the England captain to show his qualities. So I
and it
feel,
might happen tomorrow. You never know. Yeah.
yeah. So
So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. Yeah, for sure. And we'll looking forward to the game tomorrow, and then I'll catch you later as usual.
yeah. Really looking forward to it, man. Take care and have a good night.
Yep. You too. Bye bye.
Thank you.